day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, January 17, 2022. A zone of special operations has been announced for the southern sections of Savannah-Lamar in Westmoreland. Prime Minister Andrew Holness declared the zone on Sunday during a digital press briefing at Jamaica House. He says the communities include Russia, Dowling Street, and Dexter Street.
I am aware of the conditions of terror that the people endure. I feel their pain. And I know that the vast majority of residents in those gang-captured communities, whether in central Kingston, Augustown, or South, are peaceful, law-abiding citizens who simply want to live in peace.
Savannah-Lamar South is the second ZOSO to be declared in 2022, following Parade Gardens in central Kingston on January 9. They join other zones in effect for Denham Town, Norwood, Mount Salem, Greenwich Town, and August Town. Westmoreland has seen a sharp and steady increase in violent crimes, with the parish ending 2021 with 128 murders, a 60% increase over 2020. This resulted in the parish having the fourth highest murder rate among all police divisions on the island.
The zone encompasses the epicenter of gang activity in this part of Westmoreland and is among the top 10 communities with the highest murders across the country. Particularly poor infrastructure and blight has increased the community's vulnerability and has raised the level of concern on the circumstances of this relatively small but significant community.
Meanwhile, 18 of the 20 persons of interest being sought by the police in the Parade Gardens Zone of Special Operations have been interviewed and 2 remain in custody. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson gave that update during Sunday's virtual press conference at Jamaica House. He says the security forces are also seeing signs of former rivals willing to speak with each other when facilitated by the Joint Command. The Commissioner of Police says the use of heavy intelligence, as well as an adjustment to the force's response, led to the seizure of 9 firearms and the arrest of a significant figure in the illegal arms trade in Mountain View.
In Westmoreland, intelligence has led to the arrest of persons within the past few days in the Whithorn area who are wanted for murder and other crimes. At the same time, our gang unit within CTOC has arrested 9 members of one gang, 4 of whom were previously before the court on anti-gang charges.
Major General Anderson adds that 26 gang-affiliated children were placed before the courts for violent gun-related crimes and murders in 2021.
The JCF is intent on continuing to take strong action to defend every community from intimidation. We don't have days off. And to this end, we will, to the fullest extent of our capacity, continue to use the tools available to us to pursue and apprehend the criminals for as long as and as many times as it takes.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, has received $30,000 worth of equipment and software to strengthen the health and wellness support for members. The items have been donated by the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO. They include video cameras, monitors, and relevant software to support the JCF's Enriching Your Health and Wellness initiative, which is being managed by the force's Medical Services branch. The police commissioner says the items will be used as part of a sensitization and health education exercise to help its members manage stress and prevent non-communicable diseases, NCDs.
This today is another, I think, landmark thing in our overall delivery of services to our members so that they can deliver to our country what the country needs.
The equipment and software will also be used to record real-life situations impacting the police, provide preventative tips, and allow members to undertake stress self-assessments. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton is urging strict adherence to the infection prevention and control protocols to protect children. The call comes as the Bustamante Hospital for Children records a growing number of admissions for COVID-19. Senior Medical Officer Dr. Michelle Ann Richards-Dawson shared that the hospital was seeing the highest number of pediatric cases, including 23 confirmed and 2 suspected, while they await the results for 24 samples. 10 clinics have had to be cancelled, while hospital staff try to cater to the essential cases. During a visit to the hospital on Friday, Dr. Tufton reiterated the call for more Jamaicans to get vaccinated and practice the COVID safety methods, particularly around children who cannot get vaccinated because of their age. A monitoring and oversight committee will be set up to implement the 54 prioritized recommendations developed by the Jamaica Education Transformation Commission, JETC. The committee members, who are to be appointed by the end of the month, will be drawn from the JETC and key stakeholders in the education sector.
I will, by the end of January, appoint a monitoring and oversight committee drawn from members of the Commission and key stakeholders that will be responsible for monitoring and publicly reporting on the progress of implementation of the recommendations. We are serious about this transformation.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness was speaking Thursday at the launch of the Reform of the Education in Jamaica 2021 report. He says the Ministry of Education will oversee the implementation and is to submit a detailed execution plan complete with timelines.
The ministry has to be responsible for the implementation. As far as possible, we must use the existing resources within the ministry, and where there are capacity gaps, we must build capacity to address those gaps.
The 342-page JETC report is a blueprint for the establishment of a comprehensive strategy to improve students' performance and educational productivity across the sector. And finally, the Electoral Office of Jamaica, EOJ, has implemented several strategies in anticipation of electors gathering at its offices to renew expired voter identification ID cards and collect their new cards. Deputy Director of Elections with responsibility for field operations, Earl Simpson, outlined the measures during a JIS think tank on Friday.
We recognize that some of our offices do not have the space to really take, to process the number of electors that are coming there. And we have sought to take the distribution to another location in order to lessen the crowd. We have also taken on additional staff within the office to process the electors.
Mr. Simpson says the EOJ has also temporarily reassigned staff at its head office to help process the volume of electors and their requests. The EOJ is now making arrangements to restart a program for taking the distribution of the cards and the renewal process closer to electors in their communities. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.